Welcome, dear students. Today we shall learn the third lesson from Unit 1 on Wings of Courage. This chapter is a biographical chapter on one of India's most decorated Air Force officer, that is, Air Force Marshal Arjun Singh. What we are going to learn in this chapter is his biography, achievements in life, and his contribution to India's Air Force in general, and his contribution to the war as well. Now students, I want you to read the chapter once we finish with our lesson so that you understand the lesson well. Air Force Marshal Arjun Singh, an icon of India's military history, will always be remembered as a war hero who has successfully led a young Indian Air Force during the 1965 Indo-Pak War. Now, Arjun Singh's first big assignment was in 1965, that is, during Indo-Pak War. Eventually, we won the war. Indian Army was able to retaliate the Pakistani attack. So, his first assignment was a successful one. The only officer to attain the highest post of Marshal, the Air Force equivalent, meaning equal, to the Army's 5-star Field Marshal. So, how does an officer become an Air Marshal? It depends totally on his service and bravery. So, you should get into the Air Force at a young age. Then, you should move one rank after the other and you will become a Marshal if you have extraordinary service to the nation. Singh was a fearless and exceptional pilot who had flown more than 60 different types of aircraft. He played a major role in transforming the Indian Air Force into one of the most potent air forces globally and fourth biggest in the world. Now, Singh was not only brave but a very exceptional, that is, unusual or extraordinary pilot. He played a very important role in transforming the Indian Air Force into one of the potent, meaning powerful and effective air forces. To be precise, fourth biggest in the world. Former Vice Chief of the Indian Air Force, Kapil Kak, said, "His contribution to the Indian Air Force is monumental to the least. The Indian Air Force grew with him. He was the epitome of military leadership in classical sense, and it is therefore not surprising that he was honored with the rank of Air Force Marshal." Now, not only brave and fearless, Arjun Singh was a great leader as well. I remember when Dr. Kalam had passed away, Arjun Singh was on his wheelchair. He came and stood and he gave Dr. Kalam a salute. Why was that so? Because the president is the head of the commanding forces, right? So he was his boss, so to say. That is why, in spite of being so old and on the wheelchair, he gave a salute to the former president of the country. He was an extraordinary person, epitome of military leadership. Why? Because his plans, his strategies were out of this world. Singh was honored with the rank of Marshal on the Republic Day in 2002. Sam Hormuzji, Framji, Jamshedji Manekshaw and K.M. Karyappa were the only two army generals honored with the rank of Field Marshal. Now students, there have been only 3 air marshals. The first was Field Marshal Sam Manekshaw, the second was K.M. Karyappa, and the third was Arjun Singh. We don't have any more field marshals, and all the 3 have passed away. So you must understand that it is one of the most rare honors. Only 3 people in the history have been given this honor. Known as a man of few words, Singh was not only a fearless pilot but also had a profound knowledge about air power and applied it to a wide spectrum of areas. Now Singh was a man of few words, meaning he did not talk more but believed more in action. He had a profound knowledge, that is, great knowledge about air power, and he used it for the benefit of the Indian Air Force. Singh had assiduously led the Indian Air Force during the 1965 war and denied success to Pakistani Air Force, though it was better equipped with American support. Kark said his most outstanding contribution was during that war. Now, during the 1965 war, America had supported Pakistan. Russia supported us, but America was more powerful country that time and they were helping Pakistan, and therefore Pakistan had an upper hand during such time. Arjun Singh's ability and his leadership came to test and he emerged victorious. Now students, assiduously means with great care and perseverance. Now Maharashtra's first Chief Minister Yashwantrao Chauhan during that time happened to be the Defence Minister in Lal Bahadur Shastri's regime, and he had written about Arjun Singh saying, Arjun Singh is a jewel of a person. That is, he was very rare. He was so much precious, quite efficient and firm, unexcitable but a very able leader. That is, he does not get excited but is very calm like Dhoni. So, he has fantastic leadership qualities. In 1944, the Marshal had led a squadron against the Japanese during the Arakan campaign, flying close air support missions during the crucial Impal campaign, and later assisted the advance of the Allied forces to Yangon, formerly Rangoon. During the Second World War, which was in 1944, Indian Army had to assist the Britishers. Why? Because the Britishers were ruling us that time. So we had to help the Britishers in the Second World War. That time also, Arjun Singh took an active part. He was bravely flying planes over the fields, and even in Impal, which is the capital of Manipur, he showed up resistance against the Japanese. Now students, Japan was against the Britishers. In recognition to his feat, he was awarded the Distinguished Flying Cross on the spot by the Supreme Allied Commander of Southeast Asia, the first Indian pilot to have received it. Singh was selected for the Empire Pilot Training Course at Royal Air Force Cranwell in 1938 when he was 19 years old. He retired from service in 1969. Now I have told you, you become Field Marshal only when you have joined the Air Force at a very young age and you show exceptional talent over the period of time, so that you go from one rank to another and then you become Marshal. Now he joined the Indian Air Force at the age of 19. So from 1938 to 1969, almost a period of 30 years roughly, he has served the Indian Air Force. It is quite a long period of service. Singh was born on April 15th, 1919 in Lailpur near Faisalabad, Pakistan, and completed his education at Montgomery, now Sahiwal, Pakistan. Now that time India and Pakistan were not partitioned. So he was born in United India, now Pakistan. His first assignment on being commissioned was to fly Westland Wapiti biplanes in the Northwestern Frontier Province as a member of Number 1 Royal Indian Air Force Squadron. So that was his first assignment. Now here, to fly Wapiti biplanes. Now what's a biplane? Biplane is an old type of aircraft having two pairs of wings, one above the other as shown in the picture. After a brief stint with the newly formed Number 2 Royal Indian Air Force Squadron, where the Marshal flew against the tribal forces, he later moved back to Number 1 Squadron as a flying officer to fly the Hawker Hurricane. He was promoted to the rank of squadron leader in 1944. For his role in successfully leading the squadron in combat, he was awarded the Distinguished Flying Cross in 1944. On August 15, 1947, he achieved the unique honor of leading a flypast of over 100 Indian Air Force aircraft over the Red Fort in Delhi. Now, students, when we won our independence, it was the first time that our defense forces was able to show power, and Arjun Singh was selected for this honor of leading 100 aircrafts, being their leader. So you can see right from the beginning he was awarded. He was exemplary in his service towards the nation, and he got a lot of praises from the political establishment as well. After his promotion to the rank of Wing Commander, he attended the Royal Staff College at the UK. Immediately after Indian independence, he commanded Ambala in the rank of Group Captain. In 1949, he was promoted to the rank of Air Commodore, and took over as Air Force commanding of an operational command which later came to be known as Western Air Command. Now students, in army there are different regiments. Similarly, there are various commands like Western Air Command, Eastern Air Command, etc. in Air Force. So you can see right at a very young age when he started, and then India won independence, and then he was promoted continuously every 2 or 3 years, and he went on to become a field marshal. Singh had the distinction of having the longest tenure of air officer commanding of an operational base, initially from 1949 to 1952, and then again from 1957 to 1961. After his promotion to the rank of Air Vice Marshal, he was appointed as the Air Force Commanding-in-Chief of an operational command. So we see here that Singh was appointed the Air Officer Commanding-in-Chief. That is, he was appointed as the head of that air base. Towards the end of the 1962 war, he was appointed as the Deputy Chief of the Air Staff, and he became the Vice Chief of the Air Staff in 1963. So you can see continuously after every war or after every major achievement, Air Marshal Arjun Singh was continuously promoted in the military ranks, which took him to the top. He was the overall commander of the Joint Air Training Exercise Shiksha held between the Indian Air Force, Royal Air Force. Now, this belongs to which country? England, right? Royal Air Force of the Queen and Royal Australian Air Force. So what happens? These different nations carry out military tasks with each other. Why they do that? So that their army has an experience of fighting or flying planes with different air forces in the world. Thus, they get to understand how they train or how difficult their level is, or if they are lagging behind. So for that, they carry out an exercise which includes flying planes, working with pilots and different support staffs, technical staff from other countries as well. On August 1st, in the rank of Air Marshal, the Marshal of the Air Force, Arjun Singh, took over reins of Indian Air Force. That is, he became the head of the Air Force at a time when it was gearing up to meet new challenges. So that time we didn't have great fighter planes. It was at such time that he became the chief, and those were the challenging times. It's not that everything was ready-made and he took over the post of marshal. Singh was the first air chief to keep his flying currency till his CAS rank. Means he kept on flying. It was not that he became the chief, so he will only handle the office work. No. But he kept on flying till his CAS rank. Having flown over 60 different types of aircraft from pre-World War II era biplanes to the more contemporary gnats and vampires. Now, contemporary means modern. These planes are currently used by top countries. He also had flown in transport aircraft like the Super Constellation. Sometimes during emergency like earthquake, you have to evacuate, and during such time you have to fly the transport aircrafts as well to take the army or to evacuate people. So he had flown those planes also. He was a very decorated officer and a pilot with an experience of flying varied, that is, a variety of aircrafts. He was able to accept every challenge that came his way. In 1965, when Pakistan launched its Operation Grand Slam with an armoured thrust targeted at the vital town of Aknoor, Singh led the Indian Air Force through the war with courage, determination, and professional skill. He inspired the Indian Air Force to victory despite the constraints imposed on the full scale use of Air Force combat power. Now, on September 1965, Pakistan launched a counter-attack called Operation Grand Slam with the objective to capture the vital town of Aknoor in Jammu, which would sever communications and cut off supply routes to Indian troops. So, that time, India was not allowed to use full combat power. Now, this was the restriction imposed by United Nations. Now, Pakistan had the support of America. Even during that time, with very little resources, Arjan Singh fought against them bravely. Singh was awarded Padma Vibhushan for his astute leadership of the Air Force during the war. Now, Padma Vibhushan is the second highest civilian award after Bharat Ratna. The second in a row is Padma Vibhushan, and after that Padma Bhushan and Padma Shri. Subsequently, in recognition of the Air Force's contribution during the war, the rank of the CAS, that is, Chief of the Air Force, was upgraded, and Arjan Singh became the first Air Chief Marshal of the Indian Air Force. He remained a flyer to the end of his tenure in the Indian Air Force, visiting forward bases and units and flying with the squadrons. He retired in 1969, thereupon accepting ambassadorship to Switzerland. He was Lieutenant Governor of Delhi from December 1989 to December 1990. So, even after receiving all the awards and becoming the Air Chief Marshal, he did not stop flying. He kept on with his practice so that if there is an outbreak of war and he is needed, he can give his best. Even after retiring, he accepted ambassadorship to Switzerland. From the period of 1989 to 1990, that is, for a period of 1 year, he was a governor of Delhi. That is, he gave his service to the Indian politics as well. After 1990, we don't see him much at work in the public. Having been a source of inspiration to all the personnel of armed forces through the years, the government conferred the rank of the Marshal of the Air Force upon Arjun Singh in January 2002, making him the first and the only 5-star rank officer with the Indian Air Force. So, my dear students, it is very rare to see a person achieve so much of recognition and awards being given as is the achievement of Arjun Singh. The Marshal of the Indian Air Force, Arjun Singh, one of India's most celebrated soldiers, passed away at the age of 98 on 16th September 2017. He was indeed the oldest serving officer and the longest serving chief. Thank you.